Mindfulness can actually help children manage their stress levels and perform at their peak. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the practice of being present and fully engaged in the current moment. Mindfulness can really help reduce stress by promoting relaxation and helping children to stay calm and focused under pressure. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool for improving athletic performance in young people, but also for rapidly developing a child's character. Hello and welcome back to the Warrior Academy podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how mindful practices can improve athletic performance for children. So sports are a great way for children to develop social and physical skills. However, like many aspects in life, they can also be very stressful, and that can often negatively impact a child's athletic performance. So today we're talking all about athletic performance and how that carries over from mindfulness practices. And so mindfulness can actually help children manage their stress levels and perform at their peak when it comes to the playing field or the arena, as we call it in martial arts. And so within this podcast episode, we'll explore how mindfulness can be applied in sports to improve athletic performance. So first of all, let's start off with, what is mindfulness? Well, mindfulness is the practice of being present and fully engaged in the current moment, without judgment, without distraction, and often involves paying attention to physical sensations, thoughts, and even emotions in a non-judgmental way. And so mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress. It's been shown to improve overall well-being and being proved to help people of all ages, not just young people or old people. So that's why we focus on it so much at the Warrior Academy. So the benefits of mindfulness in sports are massive. Applying mindfulness in sports can lead to a number of benefits for children, including improved performance, increased confidence, increased focus, better decision-making, and enhanced emotional regulation. So what I'd like to touch on now is some ways in which mindfulness can actually improve athletic performance for children. So the first start for that is focus. So mindfulness has a massive impact on a child's focus. It's actually one of the key benefits. When children are fully present and focused on the task at hand, they're more likely to perform that task to their best of their abilities, to perform well. And so by practicing mindfulness, children learn to tune out distractions and stay present in the moment, which can then help them perform at a very high level. The next is reducing stress. So sports can obviously be very stressful for children. Even if they are going through something positive within sports, it can be very stressful. And that can be doubled when they feel the pressure to perform well. So stress can actually negatively impact athletic performance with young people by causing them to lose focus, make mistakes, and become anxious. And so mindfulness can really help reduce stress by promoting relaxation and helping children to stay calm and focused under pressure. Next up is how it enhances their decision-making skills. So mindfulness practices have been proven to improve decision-making within an athletic environment and a competition environment. And so by practicing mindfulness, children learn to observe their thoughts, observe their emotions without any judgment. And that can then help them make more rational and less impulsive decisions. And that can be particularly useful in team sports where quick decisions need to be made under pressure, or within the martial arts realm where a student has to perform at a very, very high level under extreme pressure one-on-one. The next is how mindfulness improves emotional regulation. So mindfulness can help children regulate their emotions. This is why we build it into the Warrior Academy program. That can be really important when it comes to sports or performing well. And so by being present and fully engaged in the moment, children can learn to manage their emotions and remain calm and composed, even in those high-pressure situations like competing in a martial arts tournament. So I'd now like to talk about some practical ways that we can actually apply mindfulness in the sports. Now, there's obviously lots of ways to apply mindfulness in sports, but a few that we really focus on here at the Warrior Academy and for our instructors, for parents, and for children, our students, to get started with, I'd like to go through now. So the first is breathing exercises. So breathing exercises are a crucial aspect of mindfulness in sports. When an athlete is competing, they may often experience anxiety or stress, which obviously can interfere with their performance to a very high level. And I believe that practicing breathing exercises can help an athlete stay very calm. Certainly it's helped me over the years whenever I've felt lots of pressure, remain calm and still perform. And it means that they can stay more focused. It allows them to perform at their best abilities. It calms them down in the moment. So breathing exercises, while they are very, very simple, they can be done anywhere. And that's one of the huge benefits of breathing exercises, just how convenient they are. It's a really convenient tool for athletes to incorporate into their training. I'd like to go through a few different breathing exercises that athletes or students can use to improve their performance. So the first is diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. And it's basically a technique that involves breathing deeply into the belly rather than just the chest. And so to perform this type of breathing, a student or an athlete can lie down on their back, place one hand on their belly and the other on their chest. What you really want to ask your child to focus on when they're doing this is to inhale deeply through the nose, but feel their belly rising as they do it, and their chest to kind of stay relatively still throughout the whole breath cycle. And then, as they exhale slowly through the mouth, feeling their belly fall. And so that technique can then be repeated for a few minutes until your child, the student or the athlete at hand here, actually feels relaxed and centered. It's one of those things that's worth trying yourself as a parent quite a few times and then mentoring your child through. The next breathing exercise or breathing technique is box breathing. And box breathing really is about inhaling for a set count, holding the breath for the same count, and exhaling for the same count, and then holding the breath out for the same count. So for example, your child could inhale for 4 counts, 4 seconds, hold the breath for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold the breath out for 4 more seconds. And so this technique can be repeated for several rounds until your child feels calm and focused. The next exercise is called 4-7-8 breathing. And this technique involves inhaling for 4 counts, holding the breath for 7 counts, and then exhaling for 8 counts. And so this technique can then be repeated for several rounds until your child feels relaxed and centered. And again, what we're trying to do is to bring their focus onto something physical, which is their breathing. And ultimately what will then happen is they calm down. You'll watch them calm down. Just by practicing this yourself, you'll notice a huge difference in your state and how centered you feel. So incorporating breathing exercises into a child's routine or an athlete's routine can have lots of benefits on their performance. And by practicing breathing exercises regularly, an athlete can learn to regulate their breathing, reduce their feelings of stress and anxiety, but can also help them stay calm and focused during competition, enabling them to perform at their best. So it's not something that just needs to be done before competition. They can actually do this while they're competing as well. Breathing exercises can actually help them develop greater body awareness as well, which is one of the hidden benefits of breathing exercises. And it's essential for performing certain movements accurately. So, for example, children or athletes who practice diaphragmatic breathing may become more aware of their core muscles, which can then help them improve their balance and stability. Now, you imagine as a martial artist, if you've got more awareness of your core muscles, of your core, of your balance, of your stability, it's going to improve your martial arts technique massively. The next thing I want to talk about is mindful visualization. So mindful visualization is a really powerful technique that can help children develop a positive mindset and improve overall well-being. So the practice involves imagining positive scenarios or outcomes and using all of the senses to create a vivid and detailed mental image. And by doing that, children can learn to focus their minds, reduce stress, reduce anxiety, and increase their confidence. So to start, children can find a quiet and comfortable place where they won't be disturbed. And then they can sit down or lie down and take a few deep breaths to help relax their body and their mind. Then they can close their eyes and begin to imagine a positive scene. So ask them to picture something like being in a beach or in a forest, whatever it is that makes them feel relaxed. Then they can use their senses to make the scene feel as real as possible. They can focus on feeling warmth of the sun on their skin, or hearing the sound of the waves crashing around them, or even smelling the scent of the trees. So as they continue to visualize the scene, children can then focus on positive thoughts and emotions, such as gratitude, how grateful they feel the moment, or happiness, or even peacefulness. They can also use that visualization, the visualization techniques, to set goals or imagine positive outcomes for challenging situations. So, for example, they could visualize themselves performing well in a certain competition. Maybe they've got a Warrior Academy competition coming up, and they can imagine themselves, picture themselves being called up to compete, and in their first match, performing at their best of their abilities and winning the match, having their hand raised. It's a great example of positively imagining or constructing a positive outcome in their minds, which they can then focus on. One of the benefits of mindful visualization is that it can help children develop a positive mindset and increase their confidence. And so by visualizing positive outcomes, children actually become more optimistic and motivated to achieve their goals. Additionally, the practice can help reduce stress, it can help reduce anxiety, and as it encourages children to focus on positive thoughts and feelings rather than negative thoughts or negative feelings, it has a massive impact on their level of confidence. Mindful movement is the next technique within mindfulness I'd like to talk about. So mindful movement refers to physical activities that are done with focused attention and awareness. So when done mindfully, movement can become a form of meditation, allowing the body and the mind to work together in harmony. Taekwondo is one activity that can be practiced mindfully. And this is something that we really ask our students to do, to be fully aware of each technique, where their hands are, where their feet are, how their breathing is, and really focusing on each body part, each movement as they go. So if you think about Taekwondo, each movement in Taekwondo is deliberate, each movement is intentional, and with each technique, there's a specific purpose or reason we're doing it. So practitioners are often taught to focus on their breath, their body alignment, and the movements to improve their overall performance. So by practicing Taekwondo mindfully, children can improve their physical fitness, they can improve their mental clarity, as well as their emotional well-being. One of the key aspects of Taekwondo is this emphasis on mindfulness in every movement. So in order to execute a technique correctly, a practitioner must be fully present in the moment, fully aware of their body, and also fully aware of their surroundings. And so that requires a deep sense of focus and concentration. And it's one of those things that can really help increase their mindfulness as they go through that process. And so through Taekwondo, children can also learn to connect their physical and their mental states. And so the physical movements involved in Taekwondo can help children release physical tension and stress. So while the mental focus can help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation, the physical movements reduce that physical tension and stress. And so this combination of physical and mental practices can really help children achieve a sense of balance and harmony, leading to improved well-being. The next technique I want to talk about is mindful listening. So mindful listening is an essential skill that can help children improve their character and become better individuals. Listening mindfully means paying attention to the speaker with an open mind and without judgment. It requires focusing on the present moment and being fully present for the conversation with the speaker. In Taekwondo, mindful listening is emphasized as it's considered a critical part of learning and growing as a martial artist. So practicing mindful listening helps students develop patience, helps students develop discipline and self-control, and even respect for others. And all of these skills are really essential, not only in martial arts, but also in daily life. And so mindful listening has a direct influence on the development of a child's character. So to improve mindful listening, children can start by eliminating distractions and focusing on the speaker. They can try to observe the speaker's body language, tone of voice, and even their facial expressions. They can also practice active listening by summarizing what the speaker has said to ensure they actually understand what they've heard and they understood it correctly. Mindful listening can help children improve their character in so many ways. First of all, it can help them become more empathetic and compassionate towards others. When they listen mindfully to whoever's speaking to them, they understand the speaker's perspective and feelings, which can help them develop a sense of empathy. Second, mindful listening can actually help children become more patient and disciplined. By practicing patience and discipline, children can learn to control their emotions and be more understanding of others. So in Taekwondo, mindful listening is crucial for building strong relationships with instructors and other students. It's a critical part of the learning process, and it really helps students develop their level of respect, their level of discipline, really the levels needed to become a successful martial artist, but not just that, to become a good person, develop their character. So by improving their mindful listening skills, children can become more focused, they become more respectful, and even more empathetic. So to wrap up this episode, mindfulness can be a powerful tool for improving athletic performance in young people, but also for rapidly developing a child's character. By improving focus, reducing stress, enhancing decision-making skills, and even improving emotional regulation, mindfulness can really help children perform at the best of their ability within a competitive environment, but also has such a massive knock-on effect to the development of their character. So that takes us to the end of this Warrior Academy episode on mindfulness. I really hope you found it interesting. Maybe you gained some new insights around how mindfulness is such a valuable technique and tool, and how we use it within the Warrior Academy to help our students. If you did enjoy the episode, make sure you subscribe to this channel, or you follow us on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes. And if you want to get a deep insight into your child's 3 C's to really understand what level or score your child currently gets on confidence, on conduct, or on concentration, then visit our Breakthrough Area Assessment. That's www.breakthrougharea.com, and you'll get a personalized PDF report on exactly what your child's character is like right now. What is the state of their character? It's a really fantastic tool for parents as a character compass to guide you into which direction you should be focusing on first. So hopefully I'll see you at the next episode. Take care. I really hope you enjoyed today's Warrior Academy podcast episode. We're going to keep creating these episodes because I know that so many parents find them useful or get insights or get ideas about how to develop their child's character. But it all comes down to the 3 C's: confidence, conduct, and concentration. So if you want to get a deep insight into the levels of confidence your child has, the level of concentration they have, or the level of conduct they have, so that you can actually put a score next to it and then work towards increasing those scores like we do in the Warrior Academy, then I'd love to invite you to fill in the Breakthrough Area Assessment. It takes about 5 minutes of your time, and you will get a personalized PDF report on your child's 3 C's. To access the Breakthrough Area Assessment and find out your child's 3 C's score, all you need to do is go to www.breakthrougharea.com.